So thank you for the time, and I'm going to start with the rapid fire straight away. ICE or EV?
ICE.
ICE or hybrid?
ICE.
SUVs or sedan?
SUVs.
SUVs or hatchbacks?
SUVs.
Fantastic. EV9 or EV6?
EV9.
Music, movies?
Music.
Running or swimming?
Running.
Fantastic. Meet Hardeep Brar, National Sales Head for Kia. Hardeep sir, thank you very much for taking time out for us, and it's been a pleasure. And you're watching TV9, India's largest news network. I would like to congratulate you first before asking the questions, because this has been a fantastic year for you, and the last fantastic SUV that came out in the town, it is doing fabulous. The Syros, right? The number speaks for itself, and I don't see any other SUV getting that kind of booking numbers. And if I'm not wrong, those are the 25,000 booking that you already have in the pipeline. So going forward, if I say, because last year the numbers were 2.55 lakh, and this year you projected around 3 lakh. So is the Syros going to help you bridge that gap?
Of course. I think Syros is going to be the most critical link this year to reach from 255,000 to 300,000. Syros is going to bridge that gap. That is number one. Number two thing that is going to help us is the network that we are expanding in the tier 3, tier 4 and the upcountry areas. So these two are integral part of our strategy for 2025.
Fantastic. As part of the strategy now, you know, everybody is talking about EVs and hybrids, right? So I'm sure me, viewers, everybody would be interested in knowing what next for Kia. What is going to be the electric strategy for Kia in India?
So as we've announced earlier, we are going to be having major focus on EVs. We are going to launch one EV middle of this year and another EV beginning of next year. So EV is going to be our focus. And we feel, you know, EV is the way forward. Hybrid, we feel, is just a stopgap arrangement to be made for the time being for the OEMs who do not have EVs. But long term, because the government focus is also there. And when we talk about the zero emission vehicles, EVs are the true zero emission vehicles. And this is what is going to help us in our mission towards sustainability and net carbon zero. So I think nobody else can do it better than having EVs on your portfolio.
But Hardeep, please correct me if I'm wrong, because globally we see a little bit of stress for EVs. You know, there are a number of OEMs who are reworking on that strategy. Are those sentiments affecting your plan in any manner?
See, we obviously have hybrid technology with us. Whenever it is required, we'll get it. But, you know, the reason I feel EVs are going to be successful is basically, you know, the two major reasons why EVs are not doing well. Number one is because EVs, the range is less than 300 kilometers so far as mass market is concerned. And also there are no charging infrastructure. Over the next 3 to 5 years, what I feel is EVs are going to grow. The range is going to get better. You will soon start seeing cars which are giving you average of range of 400 to 500 kilometers. And also the charging infrastructure, there's a major focus from the government. So both these components put together, I feel the EVs will grow as we move forward.
You know, because you were talking about charging infrastructure, which again goes to range anxiety. I've been using EV6 for a couple of months, and let me tell you honestly that, you know, and we as journalists also make sure that we talk to customers in person, so that we can get an idea of what they think about a particular product, a car or the brand. And I can confess this quite easily, that, you know, the one word, if I say, that comes out of all the customers for Kia is confidence. Now, is it okay to say that, you know, Kia has clearly understood the mass market, and now it is giving more to the customer by way of features that were there only in the luxury cars, right? Syros is a prime example.
That's right.
So can we safely say that, you know, Kia is now not just a big competition for the mass market car, even for the luxury car market? With EV6 and EV9 you already been there, and Carnival is another example that you are there in the luxury car market and giving tough time to all the big players, right? So is it safe to say now you are going to be the differentiator in both the markets?
One of our key pillars of the strategy has been how we can give the features to the Indian consumers which they have not seen in the past. For example, when we brought in The air purifier, nobody had the air purifier. The HUD display, nobody else had when we brought it. So we have always tried to give features ahead of its time and ahead of even when consumer have thought of. The same thing we did in EV6, which is why I think EV6 at that price point, I think is the largest selling EV in 50 lakh plus category ever since we have launched in October 2022. Similarly for Carnival, when we brought the new Carnival, the prices almost doubled, but we felt consumers are liking all the features and technology that we are giving in these cars. So net, I think this has been one of the key pillars ever since the inception of Kia in India. And this has helped us in selling more cars and also build a very, very strong brand because the new age consumer loves all of that.
Absolutely. Do you see, because there are a number of opportunities that we see in the Indian market, but are there any challenges that you see that Indian market, especially for the automotive industry, not just Kia per se, I'm talking about automotive industry, that industry may face this year because the markets are not, the signs are not very good. So do you think that is going to impact even the industry and there would be pressure on volumes?
Yes, I think there's overall uncertainty at this point in time. Whatever is going on globally, we all know that there are a lot of uncertainties. Even the IT sector is impacted because of the AI. With the stock market crashing, I think it is impacting the sentiments. While it is too early to say, I think the positives are definitely there. We have a stable government. The government investments are coming back this year, which were not there last year because of elections. Even the monsoon are likely to be good. So there are a lot of positives so far as I think the Indian story is very strong. What can really hurt us are what is happening in the global market. So we are optimistically cautious and we are looking at how things are going. At this point in time, we feel the growth will be about 2 to 3% in this calendar year.
Okay, that's fantastic. Talking about global market, there is a big news, that everybody is talking about when we are talking about global market. And if I may have to put in a simple form, that do we need to worry about Trump taxes?
See, it's I would say yes, because if we are majorly dependent on exports to US. If the tariffs are there on textile, on pharmaceuticals, on IT, etc., it will definitely hurt us because that is contributing to our overall economy. But on the other side, I think given the history of the Indian government and the way they have negotiated and way the equation with US is, I think Indian government is in a great position to really navigate through that. And I think our Prime Minister is really working very closely with the US government to make sure there is no impact on the government. So with the government being there, I think we will be able to navigate things better than the rest of the world.
Fantastic. All eyes on April 2nd, if I say. As we are talking about global news, recently Kia celebrated the EV Day. There are a couple of cars globally that is being showcased, some fantastic product from EV2, EV4 and E5, if I'm not wrong. So are there any chances, because Kia is trying to, seamlessly get all the products that are there on the global stage to Indian market. Do you see any of these products coming to India in near future?
Yes, we are evaluating quite a few out of them, but to really say which one, I think it's too early to say that. As I think at the appropriate time, we'll surely share with you which cars are coming to India. But but yes, we are evaluating some of those cars.
Okay, that's fantastic news for us viewers and customers. And as you said a little while ago, that there is an EV that is going to come in this year, and then there is a EV in pipeline for the next year also.
That's right. Yes.
So we are starting with an SUV, or we are starting with an MPV, or is it going to be a product from which category that?
So as you know, we don't operate in hatchbacks and sedans. We only operate in SUVs and MPVs.
Absolutely.
So the only thing I can tell you, one of them is going to be SUV and one of them is going to be MPVs.
Which one is going to be the first
one? I think we'll share with you soon.
Okay.
It is around the corner. I think next month we will share which car are we getting next.
Fantastic. Please try and write us and tell us that, which one would you like to see first? Would you like to see Carens in an EV avatar first, which we believe is going to be the first one to come, or you would like to see an SUV coming in an electric avatar this year? So thank you very much, Hardeep, for taking time out, and it's always a pleasure talking to you and understand automotive market.
Thank you, Nand, for being here. And thanks for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.